Hi there, I'm the Rare Old Timer, and this is my mini concert number 131. Tonight I got a song by Eric Bogle, got a Peter, Paul and Mary song, I've got a Johnny Cash song, got a Brothers Four song, and I got a John Prine song. First up is the song from Eric Bogle. These songs are pretty well known in the Irish pubs. He sings about World War I. When I was a young man, I carried me pack, and I lived the free life of a rover, from the Murray's green basin to the dusty outback. I would waltz my Matilda all over. But then in 1915, my country said, son, it's time to stop rambling, there's work to be done. And they gave me a tin hat, and they gave me a gun, and they marched me away to the war. And the band played Waltzing Matilda as the ship pulled away from the quay. And amidst all the tears, flag waving and cheers, we sailed off for Gallipoli. I'll never forget that terrible day when our blood stained the sands and the waters, and how in that hell that they call Super Bay, we were butchered like lambs at the slaughter. Well, Johnny Turkey was ready, he primed himself well, he rained us with bullets and he showered us with shells. And in 5 minutes flat, we were all blown to hell. He nearly flew us back home to Australia. And the band played Waltzing Matilda, and we stopped to bury our slain. We buried ours, then the Turks buried theirs, and it started all over again. Those who remained tried to survive in this mad world of blood, death, and fire. For 10 weary weeks I kept myself alive, while the corpses around me piled higher. Then a big Turkish shell blew me arse overhead, and when I awoke in the hospital bed, seen what it had done, well, I wished I was dead. I never knew there were worse things than dying. So no more I'll go waltzing Matilda, all around the green bush far and free. The hump tent and pegs, a man needs both legs. No more waltzing Matilda for me. Well, they gathered the injured, the wounded, the maimed, and they took us back home to Australia. The armless, the legless, the blind, the insane, those proud wounded heroes of Skewball. And when the ship pulled into Circular Quay, I looked at the place where my legs used to be, and thanked Christ there was no one there waiting for me to mourn and to grieve and to pity. And the band played Waltzing Matilda, and they carried us down the gangway. Well, nobody cheered, they just stood there and stared, and then they turned their faces away. So now every April I sit on my porch, and I watch the parade pass for me. I see my old comrades, how proudly they march, reliving their days of past glory, while the old men march slowly, all bent, stiff, and sore, the forgotten heroes of a forgotten war. And the young people ask, what are they marching for? And I ask myself the same question. And the band plays Waltzing and Matilda, and the old men still answer the call. Year after year, their numbers get fewer. Soon no one will march here at all. Waltzing Matilda, waltzing Matilda, oh come a waltzing Matilda with me. And their ghosts can be heard as they march by the Billabong. Oh come a waltzing Matilda with me. So that's Eric Bogle's. The band played Waltzing Matilda. Let's see, second up tonight is a Peter, Paul and Mary song, a little bit more upbeat here. This song has two versions. On our side of the Atlantic, it's called Stewball, and on the other side of the Atlantic, in the UK, it's called Skewball. Stewball was a racehorse, and I wish he were mine. He never drank water, he always drank wine. His bridle was silver, and his mane it was gold. The worth of his saddle has never been told. Well, the fairgrounds were crowded, Stewball was there. The betting was heavy on the bay and the mare. I bet on the gray mare, and I bet on the bay. If I'd have bet on old Stewball, I'd be a free man today. 'Cause way out yonder, ahead of them all, came a dancing and a prancing, that noble Stewball. Well, the hoot owl she hollers, and the turtle dove moans, for a poor boy in trouble, I'm a long way from home. Well, Stewball was a racehorse, and I wish he were mine. He never drank water, he always drank wine. So that is Stewball, modeled after the Peter, Paul and Mary version, not the UK version. Let's see, next up is Johnny Cash song. This was suggested by my brother Ron in California when I went on a country western kick. Well, I taught the weeping willow how to cry, showed the clouds how to cover of a clear blue sky. But the tears I cried for that woman are gonna flood you, big river. I'm gonna sit right here until I die. Well, I met her accidentally in St. Paul, Minnesota. Tore me up every time I heard that drawl, southern drawl. Well, then I heard my queen went back downstream, courting in Pete up and port. So I followed you, big river, when you called. Well, you took me to St. Louis, later on down the river. A trader said she's been here, but she's gone, boy, she's gone. Well, I found her trail in Memphis, but she just walked up the bluff. She raised a few eyebrows and then she went on down the low. Why don't you batter down by Baton Rouge, river clean rolling on. Take that woman on down to New Orleans, New Orleans. Go on, I've had enough. Dump my blues down in the Gulf. She loves you, big river, more than me. Well, I taught the weeping willow how to cry. Show the clouds how to cover up a clear blue sky. The tears I cry for that woman are gonna flood you, big river. And I'm gonna sit right here until I die. So that's Johnny Cash's Big River. Let's see. I don't know what the fourth song was that I said. Oh, the Brothers Four song. Yes, I said it right. A lot of people have done this song, including my grandmother when I was little. She didn't do this version. This one was considered a little bit risque on the college concert tour. Bogle went a-courtin' and he did right, Froggy went a-courtin' and he did right, Froggy went a-courtin' and he did go to the coconut grove for the midnight show, Molly Mouse was the hat-check girl, Molly Mouse was the hat-check girl, Molly Mouse was the hat-check girl who thought he'd give this chick a whirl, Well, he sauntered up to Molly Mouse's side, Sauntered up to Molly Mouse's side, He sauntered up to Molly Mouse's side, said, please, Miss Molly, would you be my bride? Well, not without my Uncle Rat's consent, no, no. Without my Uncle Rat's consent, I may. Without my Uncle Rat's consent, wouldn't marry the president. It wouldn't happen, no way. She said, so long, Clyde, you better hit the road, farewell. So long, Clyde, you better hit the road, goodbye. So long, Clyde, you better hit the road. You ain't no frog, you're a horny toad, Froggy went a-courtin' and he did right, Froggy went a-courtin' and he did right, Froggy went a-courtin' and he did right with a sword and a buckler by his side, So that is Froggy Went a-Courtin'. Next up is a song by John Prine. Lost him in the spring of 2020 to COVID. He wrote this song about the hometown of his parents, which was Paradise, Kentucky, a coal mining town. Western Kentucky, where my parents were born. There's a backwards old town so often remembered. So many times my memories are worn. Daddy, won't you take me back to Muhlenberg County, by the Green River where paradise lay? Sorry, my son, but you're too late in asking. Mr. Peabody's coal train has hauled it away. Sometimes we travel right down the Green River to the abandoned old prison by Adrie Hill, where the air smells like snakes and we shoot with our pistols, and empty pop bottles was all we could kill. Daddy, won't you take me back to Muhlenberg County, by the Green River where paradise lay? Sorry, my son, but you're too late in asking. Mr. Peabody's coal train has hauled it away. Well, the coal company came with the world's largest shovel, and they tortured the timber and they roofed all the land. Dug for their coal, for the land was forsaken. Then they wrote it all down as the progress of man. Daddy, won't you take me back to Muhlenberg County, by the Green River where paradise lay? Sorry, my son, but you're too late in asking. Mr. Peabody's coal train has hauled it away. When I die, let my ashes float down the Green River. Let my soul roll on up to the Rochester Dam. I'll be halfway to heaven with paradise waiting, only 5 miles from wherever I am. Daddy, won't you take me back to Muhlenberg County, by the Green River where paradise lay? Sorry, my son, but you're too late in asking. Mr. Peabody's coal train has hauled it away. Sorry, my son, but you're too late in asking. Mr. Peabody's coal train has hauled it away. So that's John Prine's Paradise. And before I close for the evening, I'd like to suggest that you share this with your friends if you like the mini concert. And if you want to hear more, all 131 of them are on my YouTube channel, the Rare Old Timer David Daniels. So that's mini concert number 131. Hope to see you next week for number 132.